Chilling truths, cold hands and feet explored, unraveling the secrets of anemia, diabetes, and health mysteries. Cold feet and hands are a delicate discomfort that many people struggle with on a daily basis. And while it is not a health-threatening problem in itself, it can be a sign of some diseases. It can be a warning signal that we may, although I emphasize, do not have to, suffer from more serious ailments. That's why in today's video, I will tell you what can be the cause of cold feet and hands. Hello, I'm Tony from Team Your Health 24.
Secrets of natural strength. Do you know how important healthy eating is? Every day we make choices that affect our health and well-being. Imagine a life full of energy, strength, and vitality. It's all thanks to healthy, flavorful dishes that provide essential nutrients. Join us on an extraordinary journey of discovering healthy flavors that will change your life for the better. Don't wait, start your adventure with healthy food now.
One of the most common causes of cold feet and hands is anemia, which is anemia caused by iron deficiency. When the body lacks iron, then there is not enough red blood cells, which at the same time are not well saturated with hemoglobin. This means that the body is not effectively supplied with oxygen and nutrients. Therefore, the cells of the body do not receive fuel and therefore stop working at full capacity. As a result, less energy is produced that could warm our body. In addition, in the absence of iron, our endocrine system also does not work as it should, and the consequence of this is that it reacts incorrectly to the cold. People with anemia may experience cold hands and feet all the time, but for some people this problem only occurs when they are in a cool environment or are simply exposed to cold. For example, people with anemia may take a long time to warm up after washing their hands with cold water. Circulatory problems can also cause cold feet and hands. As I mentioned, in anemia, when the blood stops supplying the cells with nutrients and oxygen, you feel cold. Let me just mention here that the blood itself is a heat carrier because it is heated by the liver, hence, flowing through various parts of our body, it warms them up. And when it comes to circulation, the main culprit here is chronic ischemia of the limbs, both upper and lower. Unlike anemia, the blood has the right composition, but due to certain physical barriers, it cannot reach its destination, and such a barrier is most often atherosclerosis, hence the frequent feeling of cold feet, and slightly less often the hands, may indicate atherosclerotic changes. Another cause of limb ischemia is also Takayasu's disease, necrotizing arteritis, which also causes narrowing of the lumen of blood vessels. Here's an interlude, because if my videos like this are valuable to you, I encourage you to show your support with a like and subscription. Remember the bell. This has a very motivating effect on creating even more such videos. I also invite you to our Instagram for even more information. I think that few people realize that the feeling of cold can accompany people struggling with uncontrolled diabetes. This results, among others, from this is due to the fact that elevated blood sugar levels damage blood vessels and thus impede circulation. Besides, scientific research shows that people with diabetes have an 84 to 96% higher risk of developing peripheral arterial disease, which is characterized by narrowing or blockage of blood vessels. Feeling cold all the time, including cold ones. Feeling cold all the time, including cold feet and hands, is also a symptom of hypothyroidism. It is a disease in which there is a reduced level of thyroid hormones that speed up the metabolism. When these hormones are missing, the body's work slows down, and therefore less energy is produced to warm the body. For those interested, let me add that in the course of hypothyroidism, we also usually observe chronic fatigue, unexpected weight gain, excessive hair and eyebrow loss, itchy and dry skin, swelling around the face and large tongue, concentration disorders, chronic constipation, low heart rate, irregular periods, and of course goiter formation. Here I will add that the most common causes of hypothyroidism are iodine deficiency in the diet and Hashimoto's disease, that is autoimmune thyroiditis. People with fibromyalgia, a type of rheumatic disease, also often complain about cold feet and hands. Fibromyalgia is characterized by chronic muscle and joint pain, with certain parts of the body becoming extremely sensitive to pressure. In addition, people affected by this disease also report numbness and tingling in the hands and feet, joint stiffness, chronic fatigue, trouble sleeping, headaches, frequent urination, excessive sweating, and shortness of breath for no apparent reason. The feeling of cold hands can also occur in people struggling with an autoimmune disease called systemic lupus erythematosus, abbreviated as SLE. It is a disease that causes chronic inflammation in various parts of the body. This disease is additionally manifested by excessively fast fatigue, pain in the joints of the hands and knees, low-grade fever, and large lymph nodes and weight loss. In addition, a butterfly-shaped erythema may appear on the face, which is aggravated by sunlight. People suffering from lupus are quite often accompanied by Raynaud's phenomenon, which is a relatively pale, bruised, and reddening of the fingers or toes due to contact with cold or under the influence of emotions. It is worth knowing that the prosaic cause of cold feet and hands is smoking. I suspect that many of you know at least one smoker who repeats that her hands and feet are always cold. Scientific literature reports that smokers have reduced blood flow in the skin of the fingers compared to non-smokers. This is due, among other things, to the fact that tobacco and the nicotine contained in it constrict and narrow blood vessels. Of course, cold hands and feet often appear under the influence of stressful situations, and this is because as a result of stress, the adrenaline hormone is released. Simply put, adrenaline redirects most of the blood from the lower and upper limbs to, among others, the heart, lungs, and brain, the most important organs that can be useful in a crisis situation. And as you probably already guessed, the outflow of blood from the hands and feet causes them to cool down. Taking advantage of the break, I would have a small request. If any of you would like to contribute to the development of our community on this channel, all you have to do is click the subscribe button under the video and then the bell that will appear next to it. Thank you in advance, and I'm back on topic. Lowering the temperature of the feet and hands is also a phenomenon caused by sleep disorders. I do not want to go into this topic too much in this video, but I will say that in rested people, fluctuations in blood supply to the skin all over the body occur in a coordinated manner, while sleep deprivation or poor quality disturbs this coordination. As a result, we may be dealing with a situation where the blood flow in the feet increases, which causes their temperature to increase, and at the same time, the blood flow in the hands decreases, which results in cooler hands. It is also worth knowing that the feeling of cold extremities is more often reported by women with migraine. The cause of this phenomenon is not fully understood, although scientists suggest that circulatory problems are behind it. The cause of cold hands and feet may be the use of certain medications, including primarily beta blockers, which slow down the heart and lower blood pressure. Taking these medications can prevent blood from reaching our hands and feet as efficiently. These drugs are usually used by people with coronary artery disease, heart failure, hypertension, and arrhythmias. When it comes to the blood supply to the feet and hands, I would like to add that the feeling of cold in these parts of the body can also be caused by wearing socks that are too tight or wearing a watch that is too tight. This is a very trivial reason, but sometimes it can be the cause of the problem in question. Cold feet and hands are a discomfort that not only indicates certain diseases, but is also caused by lifestyle. I hope this video will give you a hint as to what may be the real cause of this problem. Thanks for your attention, and see you in the next episode.